This episode of the Marvelous Marvel Discussion Arena is brought to you by, well, of course, you. If you want to learn more about how you can support the show, go to patreon.com/thearena_podcast. Hey everyone, welcome into the Marvelous Marvel Discussion Arena, where we talk about all things Marvel. And so this week we're talking about, of course, Moon Knight's final episode of the season. So episode 6 and season 1 recap and discussion. So I'm your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts, Burly Gaming and Turn-Based Carl. How you guys doing? How you doing, Carl?
Doing good. Got my coffee, ready to go.
Nice.
Talk about some cool Marvel stuff.
Yep. Burly, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. And got some spiritual opium in me.
Nice.
All ready to talk Moon Knight.
Nice. Good. So, let's get right to it. So, of course, this was the final episode of the season. We don't know if there's going to be another season. Probably, maybe not, but we're not sure. But, so obviously at the beginning, of course, Mark, of course, is in... Yes, the Reeds, and he's trying to figure out how the hell he's going to get back to the regular world to stop, stop the villain in the story. So, who wants to start first? What did you think of this scene here, Carl? You want to start?
I mean. I think when I think about this, I'm a little confused as to how all this makes sense. But I enjoyed it, but I'm not sure in the context of the MCU, we're in an afterlife. I guess there's an afterlife, but it's an Egyptian afterlife. Yeah. Is it the same afterlife for other people? I don't really understand that, but. Why is he in this afterlife? I don't know. But and how do you get out of it? I mean, I don't know. I guess it's just another dimension, like Doctor Strange style. But
the field of reeds. That's what it's called. Yeah.
But you know what? That's the thing is it's doing its own thing, and you can always just kind of justify it later with, like I said, Doctor Strange, magic, and other dimensional stuff. So
Well, he's able to get out and then, of course, rescue Grant, of course, Stephen, and they're able to get back to the regular timeline, I guess you could call it, or the regular world, the world that we live in, the real world. Exactly. Yeah. So I don't know. What'd you think
how much of this is just happening in his head? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all a construct of his mind as he's dying. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. That's just it was kind of the weird parts of the season. Just going into these different dimensions. Like in Egyptian mythology and things like that. So.
Yeah, because later, I guess we'll get to it, but they do go back to the psych ward room, in his mind briefly, and I'm like, wait, how is that still? I don't even know. Whatever.
Yeah. So anyway, they get back, but then of course, Khonshu is able to be released and all, and Khonshu is trying to, to get Layla to become the Avatar, and it's funny how she refuses. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want to do that. So, how did you guys feel about this part?
Okay, this I have some complaints. You have them coming to finally Ethan Hawke's character come to release that god, and they've released her. But the other gods, Ahmed, release Ahmed. The other gods just, they could join together like they did for Khonshu in prison. They don't do that. So it's come on. You did it for one god. You've shown it can work. Why can't you do it for another?
Yeah.
Like,
and
Yeah,
before we
how did
hold
that
on just a
happen?
second,
Yeah.
but before we go on though, I have to say, because I didn't mention it at the very beginning of the episode, so and it will be in, of course, the title description, but for all of you who might not have seen Moon Knight season 1 episode 6, please stop now and watch it, because this is all spoilers. So
Oops.
usually we say this at the very beginning of the episodes, but this is spoiler filled. It will be in the titles when it goes up to Patreon, when it goes up to YouTube. But this is a spoiler-filled reaction and review episode. So if you've already seen the episode, so you're fine. So, but those of you who have not seen it yet, please stop now and come back after you're finished watching the episode. So okay, go ahead, Carl. Yeah.
I don't remember how it played out, Burly, but they did say specifically at this point, like, we need more than one avatar in order to, and more than one god, right? An avatar to imprison Amit again. So I don't remember how before that they weren't able to. I don't remember if they killed did he kill all the avatars real quick or something? Or I don't remember.
well, he's as soon as the gods start fighting, but they get killed quite easily, quick, by Ethan Hawke and Ahmed and
Okay, so there you go. It's plausible.
It's plausible, but at the same time, kind of.
Yeah. And
But,
Amit,
like,
man, fucking looks awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
That was so good. I was so happy with the way she looks.
Yeah, and it was cool how, Amit and Khonshu were fighting. That was pretty cool. And then, like, later on in the episode, how they just became really gigantic.
Yeah.
Almost the size of the pyramids themselves, and fighting each other.
Imagine if they told you, like, at the beginning of episode, somewhere after episode 1, someone's like, hey, by the way, this is going to end in a big kaiju fight.
Yeah.
Just,
Yes.
I'd be like, what are you talking about, man? That's insane. But dude, it was cool, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I was really into that. I thought that was so cool. I think when you think about the grander MCU, it's like, wait a minute. What?
Yeah.
What are we looking with? This giant god creatures fighting? And
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
What are they? Are they like Asgardians? Are they like? Are we gonna see like the Greek gods and like Zeus? Like.
Yeah.
I guess they're just from another dimension. Aliens.
Well, we're getting Zeus in Thor: Love and Thunder.
I know. Yeah.
So yeah. So
dude, now we got to have like Egyptian gods meet the Greek gods and Norse gods. I gotta see them all together.
Yeah, well, they do it in the video game, so hey, they have to do it in the movies now too. So,
yeah, man. What else can we get in there? The Indian gods, the Hindu gods, Hindu gods.
Yeah, and the gods out here in Japan too. Yeah, all of them. Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not really up on those. Shinto, right?
So Shinto, yes.
Yeah, that's polytheistic, I believe. Is it?
Yeah, well, and even in at the shrines, of course, Bishamonten, he's like the huge protector at the gates. He's humongous. Yeah, so something like that. Yeah, so that would be cool. But anyway, this next image for all of you video viewers, of course, Ethan Hawke's character, of course, I don't know, like he's taking the souls, like
he's judging everyone.
He's judging everyone,
right?
Right? Judging, right? And then the souls come out, and then it's fed to Amit basically to make Amit bigger. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
make Ahmed stronger and all that. But one thing I actually
there's the one guy who doesn't die.
Yeah. That Ahmed quickly has a conversation with him, and she's like, "You're not worthy," and he's like, "Okay, I accept that." And she's like, "No, you can be of use to me. You do this, and it'll make up for your past transgressions."
Yeah, it's weird how she's kind of her argument, which was basically, in the past I have relied on people who are worthy, right, and it never worked. So she's like, this time I'll, you know what, I'll use someone who's not necessarily worthy. That may be the thing I need to succeed. She's just like sort of going against her creed, really, but in an effort to finally succeed, which again still doesn't work. but I liked it. I liked the explanation. The one thing I was disappointed about, which I guess, like even throughout the end of the episode, Ethan Hawke never gets like a cool avatar form. Just doesn't happen.
Just doesn't happen. Yeah.
But he, whatever. I mean, the staff and his outfit, it was fine. I was okay with it. We'll get to it.
Well, let's get to Layla, of course. Tarouet, of course.
Oh my god,
helps her out, and
coolest freaking image. I love that so much.
Yeah. Yeah, with the wings and all, and of course the wings can deflect bullets and everything. So
I was so happy, so happy when I saw that. I was like, that is this awesome design. I did see it coming because remember I predicted, or I said like, what is she gonna have to like become the avatar of Tarouet? And is that the name?
Yeah, Tarouet. Yeah.
That's how it worked out. But I did not expect the costume to be that awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. Hey.
You guys like it? I mean,
yeah, I did. Yes.
Yeah. I liked this.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it was cool. I think wasn't it during the episode she could actually fly with that thing too? I think with those wings. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, it was
she
cool
got the
stuff.
swords there too at the end.
Yeah.
That's just cool,
and what was
man.
it that Egyptian girl I think was asking, "Are you a Egyptian superhero?" And she's like, she said yes.
Yeah. I'm like, yes, you are. You really are.
Yeah.
Just the next series is just her. Just do a series with her. It's fine.
Yeah.
I agree.
But I liked how Steven, I mean, it was pretty cool with those batons and everything, in this episode. He was kicking some butt, man. Yeah. So
dude, again, didn't see this coming, loved it. The idea that now that they are in sync with each other and they're okay with it, when he's fighting his Moon Knight, he's switching back and forth between Mr. Knight and Moon Knight, and it's super cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So now let's go ahead and move on to the end of the episode, obviously.
Okay.
Before we do that, if you guys want to mention anything else about the episode,
because are you talking about like
after the credits,
the mid credits? Okay, because before we get to that, that's important.
Yeah.
Yep.
In this fight, this is my biggest criticism about this episode because I thought this was great. I loved it. Gives a really good conclusion. That's the word I'm looking for. To the whole thing, but this fight ends with Moon Knight being basically defeated, blacking out, and then suddenly now he's won.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I don't know why. Yeah, we know why.
I didn't like that at all. And the post credits helps, but because it makes sense, but I don't like the idea that you defeated your villain like off screen, basically.
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and get to that scene. So obviously, we have Harrow, who's in Go ahead, Burly.
I was going to say before we get there, because as Carl said, mentioned, he just off screens it. Mm-hmm. You got the thing at the end where Khonshu's there being like, great, let's just kill him now.
Yeah.
Let's just kill him now. Stop it. Stop the madness. And stop it all.
Right.
But they're both Steven and Mark are like, no, we are not doing that.
Yeah.
He's like, you need us and all this and that.
Yeah.
And then it shows you them putting him in a mental hospital.
Which looks like the same one, but like that's still cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
But I mean, it's like they like, I think it's Steven and Mark, they demand to be released.
Yes.
So, yeah. And
see,
so
and
he grants their wish. Yeah.
I didn't understand that because, right, at this point, they show the two of them talking to Harrow again, right? Briefly.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Does that happen at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know where this is happening because, like, why is that still happening in his mind? That was happening when they were dead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really understand how that exists, what that conflict, where that is at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little confused by that. It seemed like, because he also doesn't have the power of Khonshu anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, he does, right? But not. Sorry, Steven and
Mark
renounce the power, but unbeknownst to them, there's a third personality who still is the Avatar.
Well, yeah, who basically becomes the de facto Avatar, basically.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. See, that makes me think of Khonshu more of like kind of sneaky, like because Layla earlier is like, oh, I don't trust you, but I'm like, I feel like Khonshu hasn't really manipulated anybody, but whatever, okay,
Yeah.
But here I'm like, okay, no, now he really manipulated that because he's like, oh yeah, you guys are free. It's okay. I let you go. You're free.
Now my question is, with Layla, is she finished with Terawat's avatar, or does she continue to have that?
I mean, I think that's open-ended, right?
Open-ended. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they'll probably keep her having that because they have it. They can use her for something.
Yeah.
Down the road.
Yeah. Okay.
It's super cool, and I think everyone loved it. I assume they'll be like, I mean, I think the response to that was so positive. They're probably gonna do it again. Plus, easier to get that actress back than Oscar Isaac.
Yeah. So anyway, of course, Harrow is escorted out of the psych ward, and put into a like a limo. And of course, Khonshu's in the limo, of course, and good old Jake Lockley is his name. He's basically the Avatar now, and he's the one throughout the series that's probably when Mark had been or Steven had been passing out, he took over. And this is just complete Godfather here. I mean, just it was like good old Vito Corleone, man. Just how he disposes of Harrow at the end there. What did you guys think of this part? Kind of the end credit scene, yeah. Burly?
I liked it, and I liked the whole thing is Harrow still got it. He's like, Khonshu, I know you can't kill me. So he's like, basically, you just set me free. You got me out of here. You can't do nothing to me. I'm feeling he's got that safety net. The glass comes down. You see Oscar Isaac's face. It looks a little different. Yeah. It's just like Harrow's like, oh shit.
Yeah. And what was he was speaking French, I think, if I remember correctly. I remember, but yeah.
I think it was French, but
I don't know, French or Spanish. I forget, but yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but yeah. So anyway.
Yeah, that was cool. I dug that. That makes things better for not showing what happened because obviously he took over and you don't want to reveal that yet. And he finished off Harrow, but it is. What I wonder is, okay, like what power does Harrow have at this point? Like Amit is trapped within him, right? Does he not have power anymore? I was confused by that also.
Yeah, that is a good point. Like, I don't know if they've trapped it so he can't use any of the power.
Yeah, it's confusing to maybe. Okay, here I'm trying to like piece it together, but like, because the idea was that if they said that if Amit was within a person, then you could kill her, right? Otherwise, like if you kill the avatar, it doesn't matter. That's not going to kill them. They can pick a new avatar. So obviously, I guess that means he's not an avatar. Yeah. Maybe he's just like a vessel for like a kind of like the statue, but
yeah.
Since he's a mortal person, then she is now vulnerable to death instead of maybe like an object holding her. I don't know.
Yeah,
that seems to be it. I mean, I'm trying to make it make sense, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, you hear all that screaming?
Yeah.
How rude. I'll mute for a minute, you guys.
So anyway, final thoughts about the season overall. What did you guys think? I thought overall this was an interesting series, kind of a new twist on Marvel in a sense, getting from the Middle East a new superhero character in a sense. Of course, they've Moon Knight's been around in the comics, in the Marvel comics, since I think the 70s, but still, I mean, our first take on him in the MCU and then, on Disney Plus here. I thought it was a cool series. I thought Oscar Isaac did a great job playing 3 different personalities in this show. I thought, the actress playing Layla was amazing as well. And obviously, I thought overall number 1 was Ethan Hawke. I mean, his acting in this was just utterly amazing. It was a great job by him as well. So, and of course, F. Murray Abraham as the voice of Khonshu was pretty cool. So, your guys' thoughts, Burly, overall?
Yeah, I have to agree. Both Oscar Isaac and Ethan Hawke did an amazing job with it. I really like Oscar Isaac's portrayal between the different personalities, so you can easily tell which one he is at what time. You don't have a trouble being like, is that Steven or is that Mark? No, you can easily tell by just their dialogue and how they're acting.
Yeah.
That's a really awesome thing to do. Ethan Hawke, goddamn, he was just awesome in this. Sad that this is his Marvel role. Hopefully Marvel just brings him back in something else with some other role, because I would love to see what else he could do.
Yeah.
But I overall enjoyed this show. There is the rumor that Moon Knight will come back in Captain America 4.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they bring the character back.
Yeah.
I would assume so.
Yeah, just a rumor. It has not been confirmed yet, but
yeah.
So, yep. Carl, your final thoughts on Moon
Knight? I definitely want to see him come back. I'm okay if he just shows up in the movies and we don't get a season 2, although partly because I feel like this should have been a movie.
Okay.
Really, I think this would have made an excellent movie. And there's stuff you could have cut out, and it would have worked really well. I think for a season, I think you could just do season 2 with Layla if that's like the direction you want to go. I think they built her up well enough that I'd be excited to just watch that.
Yeah. Was 6 episodes sufficient for this season? Could it have gone 10?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I think the story they wrote was basically for a movie, so I actually think it could have been less. Like, for example, I think episode 3 you could have cut majority of that. I think episode 3 is the weakest by far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They waste your time with that other guy, that rich guy they go to see, which is like kind of pointless and not interesting. And maybe that didn't work out the way they planned because that actor actually died.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there was more intended, but that was cut. But even still, like, it just felt they didn't need to be in there. It was just another thing they added that they could have skipped over.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, like, barring that episode, like, I feel like if you cut some of that out, this would be excellent. But I still loved it. I think it's really good, solid show. Like, it all comes together really well at the end. And I think the finale is fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So anyway, that is Moon Knight. And of course, our next episode of the Marvelous Marvel Arena, we're going to be discussing Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be really excited to talk about the movie and, our positives and maybe some of our negatives about the film. We're going to talk about that. And then, of course, the next Disney Plus Marvel show that coming soon is, of course, Miss Marvel. So I know Carl is looking forward to that one. So.
It should have been. I really like that character, and I'm still gonna watch it. But man, Feige finally said something, and then one of the creators of Miss Marvel, not like the main one, but also said something.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, their explanations are bad excuses. I don't think they're good enough. I really don't.
Yeah.
I mean, basically what they said is that we need to shoehorn it into the Marvels, and we think that it has to play out this way, and the powers have to be a certain way to match that. Which I think is dumb.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I don't,
she's
and I
in
don't
the
agree with
Marvels,
that
right?
idea at all.
She's going to be
Yes.
in the Marvels film with.
She is.
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what they said. And I'm like, I don't really see how that means that you can't do her powers the normal way. Because why does it matter?
Yeah.
It doesn't. And the origin of her powers, I get, yes, that I'm okay with. It cannot be Inhumans. That's fine. It's fine. Doesn't mean that it can't be anything else other than you found a mystical object that gives you powers, which is not how her powers work at all. It's not related to an object that she has to have.
No.
That's completely wrong. Give her any other method of getting innate powers. I mean, a spider bites her. Obviously that's not.
I was going to say radioactive spider.
Yeah, a radioactive rubber bug. Is there a rubber bug?
Well, it's like in this series, the power comes from the bracelet, right? The bracelet that she has, right?
Yeah, which is I don't know why. That's
and maybe that bracelet then becomes a part of her permanently, like it becomes a part of her arm.
I mean, still, it's not good enough. It's just not, because you could still remove it. It's still not like hard. It's not right.
Unless it's phase. I'm being facetious, Carl. But they phase it into her arm where it can't.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. So.
There you go. If she has a bracelet in the comics sometimes, that's why they're like, oh, make that the power. Like, no, she's Green Lantern now.
Yeah.
Why is she Green Lantern? I don't know. She's just Green Lantern.
Yeah. But anyway, we will be covering the Miss Marvel series as well when it comes out. And of course, on our Star Wars side of things, of course, Obi-Wan Kenobi starts in a couple of weeks. And the first 2 episodes drop on day 1. So we're going to be covering that as well. And of course, Burly and I, we are doing the Star Trek Strange New Worlds series. We're going to be recording episode 2 this coming Monday. So stay tuned for that as well. We'll go up to our Patreon. And then after early access, it will go to our YouTube channel as well. So stay tuned for that. So this has been our season 1, episode 6 finale, Moon Knight reactions. So I've been your host, Expat, along with my co-hosts, Burlyman Gaming and Turn-Based Carl. We hope to catch you in the next episode of the Marvelous Marvel Discussion Arena. So take care, everyone. Peace out.
Hydra.